So this is your seventh experiment to understand the serial port communication, and we have written this ALP in which. So I request all of you not to type attendance right now. I will just 5 minutes before we finish the lab. I will ask you to type the attendance. So in this experiment, we have written one ALP through which we will send a string of letters to the serial port. And these are the few basic things that you should know about serial port communication. Uh, we use timer 1 in mode 2. For that, we have to transfer 20S to T mode. To fix a baud rate at 9600, we have to transfer -3 decimal to TH1. And your control register SCON, we have to transfer 50H, which is a 8-bit register, and it is to control the start and stop of the receiving or transmitting. And to start the timer, we have to set the bit TR1. Okay. And another thing is your SBUF register. So whether we want to transmit something or we have to receive something, it will go through SBUF register. And for transmission, we will continuously check the T1. We'll continuously check the T1. It will automatically become high after transmission of all the data. After the transmission of data which is stored in SBUF, it will automatically become high. Okay. So now we will go to our program. So these are a few basic things. Now we will go to our program. So your program has, I think, 4 or 5 parts. One is this one in which we have equated CR and LF with 0D and AH. This is the initialization special function register required. Initialization of serial data transmission. This is to retrieve the data to be transmitted. And this is serial data transfer. This is delay. And this is the data, the message which you want to transfer. Okay. So what I will do, I will run this program first to see what we are going to do. Actually, what is the output? Okay. So shall I run it directly, or you people want me to show the all steps from the starting? Kill step, kill micro vision step.
Go step by sir.
Okay. So I will remove this. I will close everything. Okay. So first we have to start with the kill micro vision. Open it. New project. Okay, so that's why I will give serial name as a serial. We have to save it, and we have to select from microcontroller 8089. Anyone means like, let's say it's like 8089 has 8252. Okay. So we don't want to copy the startup.a51 file. You press no. Project window is done, so we will open the project window. Source book is here. Now we have to type the LP. So it is already there. I will just open. Okay, so this is your experiment number 7. Now next step is to add this ALP to source group. So we have to right click on source group, add existing file to the source group. Now select your file 7.asm, add, close, and then just click on this plus sign and check whether it has come. So this is your 7.asm. Now next step is to build the target. Go to project and build the target, and shortcut key is F7. You can use F7 also directly. Build target, and here you have to check whether any error is there. 0 errors. Now we can debug it. This is your short key to debug. Otherwise, you have to click on debug and done. Start and stop debug. Okay. So memory we are not using. I will close it. I will close this memory window, command window. In this program, what you will use? We will use serial. So you have to open to see the output, but you have to open, go to view, serial window, and UART number 1. UART number. UART. Anybody? Anybody can tell me UART? What is UART? It will be good if someone speak. What is UART? If you want to speak, you can tell.
Asynchronous resource transmitter.
Universal asynchronous receiver transmitter. So we have to open this UART. I will just show one more time from where we have to open UART. Go to view, serial windows, and select UART. Okay. Now this is our program for serial transmission of a string of letters. So I will just run this, and you just see in this window UART what is there, what will type. Okay. Can you see the hello world? So this is the string of letter we want to transmit. And another thing to notice is we have given some delay between between letters. So after H immediately E doesn't come. There is a delay. Delay means it's very small, maybe in millisecond or something. Okay, there is a delay. So now we'll see our program. Now you know what we want from this program. So first we'll see this delay. So the delay subroutine we have written here, and this type of delay subroutine we have used many times in our previous experiments also. So I think there is no need to explain delay subroutine. It is like general, we put some values to the register and we decrement it and keep this in a loop. Keep this in a loop. So it will go through this particular instructions many times. So which results in a time delay. Okay, which results in a time delay. And so you can use other ways also to create the delay. Means you just have to create a loop. You have to create a loop which will run many times, multiple times. So it will create a time delay. Second thing is the message which we want to transmit. Okay, the message which we want to transmit. So we have given label my data 0. We have given label as my data 0. So this label means when we run this, when we execute this program, so this will get stored at some place. So this label will point at that place, at that memory address. So whatever we have written here, this will get and stored at some memory location. So my data 0 is pointing. Whenever we use this my data 0 in our whole program, it means our data pointer now will point to the memory location where we have stored these alphabets, these letters. Understand? So this my data 0 will pointing at a memory location. So you consider it as a number. Address of a memory location, how we use, like some number, some hexadecimal number is a address of a memory location. So my data 0 is a address of a memory location. Then db is defined byte. So whatever written we have written here, whether in ASCII form or this CR/LF we have defined above. CR equal to 0DH and LF equal to 0AH. CR is clear line, LF is line feed. What is line feed? So this is like, let's say I will click here. So you can see this line is blinking. This is your line feed. Whenever you want to type somewhere, you click and this line will blink, right? This is your line feed. Okay. And the code for this is 0D and AH. We already equate CR and LF with 0D and AH. Next, so let's say my data 0 will get stored at a memory location of 20H. 20 is a bit addressable memory. Let's say at 50H. Okay. So at 50H it will store CR. At 50H it will store CR, which is 0DH. Next, at 51H it will store LF, which is 0AH. Next, then we have given our hello world, which we want to transmit. Okay, and we have kept it in inverted commas. It means it is a ASCII value. We have given an ASCII number, and it has to convert into hexadecimal and store. So what it will do? It will check the. It will convert this H to hexadecimal number. And if you type on Google or some ASCII table, then it will show a complete table where you can go and check what is the hexadecimal equivalent of hexadecimal equivalent of small e, hexadecimal equivalent of small l. Okay, from there you can check. So what it will do? It will convert H to hexadecimal number and store to next location. So at 50 we have stored CR, at 51 we have stored LF, at 52 it will store H, then at 53 it will store E, 54 L, 55 L, 56 O, 57 space, 58 W, 59 O, 5A R, 5B L, 5D C, and then 0. Okay, so this is how we have stored our data in microcontroller memory. Okay, now so these two things you understand. Any doubt till here? If anybody has doubt in these two things, is delay subroutine and the message, the data, please speak if anybody has any doubt in this. Okay, it seems nobody has any doubt. So this I already explained. These two initialize the serial communication. Okay, and the CR and LF we are equating with 0D and AH. Actually, this CR and LF, even though if you don't equate, it is by default it will go to 0D and AH if you write somewhere CR and LF. So it will if you check ASCII number, ASCII equivalent of CR, it is 0D and ASCII equivalent of LF is 0A. Now I will explain this subroutine, which is to serial data transfer. Now let's say our accumulator has the data, we want to transfer it. So what we will do? We will just move it to SBUF. We will just move the data to SBUF register and continuously check the T1. If it is a jump, which instruction we have used to check? Jump if no bit. Where it will jump? We have used $sign. So it will jump again here only. So jump if not bit. So it will continuously stay here until there is no high bit at T1. So after transferring all the data, it will become high. But then what we will do? We will clear it and return. Return where we have called this subroutine send SR. Okay. Now we will see this subroutine. So what we are doing? Move data pointer DPTR hash my data 0. So what will happen? Data pointer will be loaded by the address of my data 0. Address containing my data 0. So my data 0 means where we have stored our CRLF and hello world. Okay. Address of my data 0. Then we'll clear A, and this is the label H1. We'll clear A, move C, A plus @A plus data pointer. Okay. Now A is 0. We have cleared it. A plus data pointer means where the data pointer is pointing. Where data pointer is pointing, we have already moved my data 0 to data pointer. It means it is pointing to first location which has CR. And jump if 0 here. Jump if 0 here. Where is here? Here means end of the program. And when 0 will come? When 0 will come from my data 0? After it transfer all the letters we want to transfer, then 0 will come. So if 0 come, then it will jump to here. Where is here at the end? Otherwise, if there is no 0, then it will execute next instruction, which is call send SR. Send SR is this one. So we already have moved data to A. Now from A to we are moving to SBUF. Okay, so this is now your serial communication is starting. So after moving data from A to SBUF, will return here. We will call delay. We will call delay. Increment the data pointer, and again jump to H1. Where? Here. This is your H1. Now again clear A. Now we have incremented the data pointer by 1. So now it is locating to next location. We store LF. Okay. Again jump it 0. 0 will not come here. It will not jump to here. It will not jump here. So what it will do? It will execute next instruction, which is call send SR. So again it will call this subroutine. Again it will transfer data from A to SBUF, and again return. Return where? Here. A call delay. It will call delay. Okay. So like that it will do. Next it will transfer H, then E, L, L, O, then space and world. Then 0 will come. After transferring all this data, 0 will come. So as soon as 0 will come, it will not execute all this instruction in between. It will directly jump to here. It will directly jump to here, which is the end of our program. Okay. I will run one more time. You just see. So we will see the output in the UART window. Hello. Well. Okay. So this is your program 7th experiment. So if anybody is having any doubt related to 7th experiment, please ask. If you don't understand anything in the 7th experiment of, or if anybody want to repeat me any part of the program or complete program, please let me know. Okay, so if you don't have any issue, so now you can start typing your attendance. So I will take attendance only typed after 3:42 p.m. So all of you please type your attendance now. And I have created one assignment on Google Classroom. So I think all of you have seen that, and few have uploaded the assignment also. Assignment is nothing, just your observation book, or if you don't have any observation book, you can write on any paper or any notebook. You just scan it and make a file and upload there. And also you attach the screenshot of your laptop or your computer, screenshot of your Keel software. Okay, where you have run the program. So I think some 11 or 12 students has already uploaded. I will request other students also to upload it, because uh, only online is classes and lab is happening. So that is very important for your marks. Because maybe we will not get a chance to check your actual observation book. So that is very important if you consider your marks. Okay, if you don't have any problem, any doubt in this program or any previous program, and if you have typed your attendance, you can leave this meeting.
Excuse me, sir.
Achyut Desai.
Hello, sir.
Achyut Desai.
No, sir. Akash SD.
Yeah, just a second. Where is Achyut Desai? Can you speak? So I am checking who is joining in just the last moment just to type the attendance. So I will not consider their attendance. Yes, Akash, tell me.
Sir, is there two PDF are required? One is for observation and one more is that screenshot.
No, you can combine. You can combine in the PDF.
For every execution of the program, then we have to attach the output.
Yeah, output window that is for experiment number 456 I told, right? I think
Sir.
experiment number 1, 2, 3 has been checked for all the batches. If your experiment either of experiment 1, 2, 3 is not checked, and that one also is attached.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.